Hey guys, Sandy here, and welcome back to my channel. Today I am participating in the quarantine YouTube hop, and I'm going to be scrapbooking these very empty shelf photos at work. That was at the very beginning of the quarantine, so let's see what I can do. Now I went ahead and pulled out a bunch of different papers. So I have some photo plate papers, I have some, I think this is just about all photo plate papers, maybe? I'm thinking so. Plus I have the toilet paper pattern paper from the Covidiot line, and I did decide to pull in a little bit of 5th and Monaco of the 6x8 paper pad, which is that floral paper, and then this yellow kind of platy gingham came from Jelly Bean Soup. So I am not exactly sure where I'm going with this. I know that I'm going to be doing a lot of layers, and you know, I'm just not exactly sure, because how do you scrapbook an empty shelf? And I mean empty shelves, like there is nothing. So yeah, so I didn't want to go too pretty, and I didn't want to go too like linear or solid, and so I think I came up with something that was pretty good. Plus I have 12-year-old potty humor, so that's always exciting. Now, I'm looking at this, and I really do like how the photo is kind of offset off of that floral paper. However, I felt like the photo needed a little bit more oomph. So I grabbed that pink polka dot paper, and I'm going to go ahead and mat it. So the pink polka dot paper is about a 5x7, and I'm going to go ahead and mat it like that so that it has a lot of oomph behind it. Now that paper is actually a Pink Fresh Studio paper, so I unwittingly called that photo play. Yikes. I'm just going to eyeball it so that it's straight. We don't use rulers around here, people. No, sometimes when I need to really make sure something is straight, I usually use the grid mat that I work on top of. Now on the back of the toilet paper, there was a bunch of cut aparts, and I just wanted to make sure that I was going to cut apart the cut apart in a way that if I wanted to use them in the future, I would be able to go ahead and do that. So I trimmed down the toilet paper, and I'm going to put it behind the layers. So I'm not really making the toilet paper the star of the show. You're only seeing a little bit of a peek through of it. Now, I put it up like this. There is a gap between the that green toilet paper and also the striped. So there is a problem here. And I know that I have that gap there, and I know I'm going to cover it up, and I'm going to figure that out. However, I don't figure it out until after I'm done creating the layout, and I'm ready to take the layout to the other room to take photos of it. So I quickly add something to cover up that gap. You'll be able to see it in the final photos. Unfortunately, like I said, I completely forgot about that gap until I was ready to take pictures. So I pulled out my 5th and Monaco die cut pack, and I liked the idea of using this journaling box here that says "Today was absolutely incredible" as a tongue-in-cheek kind of moment, because let me just tell you, working at a retail store when this COVID mess all started and people were hoarding toilet paper, it was an interesting experience for sure. Now, I actually have a lot of photos of empty shelves for various products, but I just couldn't understand why the toilet paper was going like it was. I really just didn't understand it. And we imposed limits quite quickly, so it wasn't like the same people were coming in and buying 6 packs of toilet paper at a time. Everybody had a limit of 1, but just the amount of people coming in to buy toilet paper just blows my ever-loving mind. We're finally stocked back up on toilet paper, and the shelves actually have toilet paper on them now. I remember the first time we closed and we had toilet paper last from all the way in the morning to all the way at night, we like happy danced down the aisle because that meant that things were getting better. And then the shelves got bare again, but we've got toilet paper now on the shelves, so that's exciting. Now I'm just using these little numbered labels as decoration and color. I'm not using it for anything else other than that. There's no order of anything. I'm not numbering anything. And I think sometimes we look at that kind of supply and we're like, oh, I've got to have a list of 4 things. No, you don't. No, you don't. The only thing you have to do is put it on your page if you like it. And since I like it, I put it on my page. Now, this die cut that I cut out that says top of the list, I thought that that was kind of a appropriate thing because toilet paper seemed to be at the top of everyone's list. Now I was trying to figure out a way to bring the floral up to the top, but I didn't like anything that I had done, so I decided to toss the floral off to the side, didn't need to have that, and just used the top of the list. So now I'm going to fussy cut out some toilet paper rolls, and believe you me, that is something I never thought I would ever say when I was voicing over a scrapbooking video. I mean, who thinks that they're going to fussy cut out toilet paper rolls? This is uncharted territory in scrapbooking, people. So I'm going to go ahead and fussy cut a couple of them out. I'm going to layer them up against each other, and then I'm going to pop it up on a foam square. And that's just to give it a little bit of dimension on this page, because this page is going to be a pretty flat layout. There are plenty of paper layers, but it's still going to be kind of flat. So I went ahead and did that. And now I'm just adding a little extra adhesive to my layers. That is because when I am scrapbooking, I usually don't have a whole heck of a lot of adhesive while I'm actually creating the page, because I like to lift things up, move things around. And if you just adhere the dickens out of your stuff, it's going to be super, super hard to move around. So now I wanted to find a bold color for the largest part of the title, the most important part, which is toilet paper. And I have these older American Crafts chipboard thickers, and I am just going to spell that out across the layout here. Now, I am using the lines from the striped paper as kind of a guide to make sure that I am placing my letters on straight. At first, I thought paper was going to be able to fit to the right, and I was thinking that I was going to put a couple rolls of the toilet paper next to the P. However, that didn't work out. Paper was a little bit wider than I thought it was going to be to take up space on this layout. So I'm just going to scoot that over, and I decided to use the question mark in the same font just because I felt like it kind of read better that way. I could have used a different question mark, but I think that would have really drawn your eye to the question mark, and it's not really about the question mark, it's about the toilet paper. So I wanted to make sure that that was kind of bam in your face. Now I am going to go pull out these I believe these are Dear Lizzie thickers, and they have a very pale kind of newsprint on them, and then they've got some glitter on the top of them, like chunky, thick glitter. And I am Frankensteining up my letters because I did not have any R's and I did not have any E's. So I took a P, 2 F's, and an X and kind of cut them up and rearranged them, and now I have the proper letters that I need. Now, here's to say, it's not like I don't have another pack of thickers in my stash, but sometimes what happens is when you buy 2 packs of thickers and you end up using all the vowels, you kind of look at them and you never pull them out again. So I want to kind of Frankenstein up the first pack before I really bust into the second pack. And I know that that might sound weird to some people, but it works for me and it causes me to use more of my letters. So, and you know, the more stuff you use, the more stuff you can buy, and that makes me happy. So now I am trying out a couple small little tile stickers for the 2 words is the, because I don't really need that to be boom in your face part of the title. I'm using these older October afternoon tile stickers that I had pulled out for a recent layout and remembered how much I love them, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then of course I'm going to have 12-year-old boy humor, and I'm going to, instead of just having my title say where is the toilet paper, it is going to say but where is the toilet paper. Now I toyed around with the idea of spelling butt B-U-T-T, but I thought that that might have been a little bit too much in your face, and the B-U-T is a little bit more subtle. So I go ahead and drop down my journaling on here. I wrote, hordes of guests came into the store for toilet paper. I'm not sure why everyone needed to stock up at the same time, but it was wild for sure. I had some very, very interesting encounters while this was going on, and it is amazing to me. And then up on the top journaling spot that says top of the list, I wrote, apparently toilet paper was on everyone's list. Then I threw down the date. I'm going to go ahead and cover up that gap between the toilet paper and the stripes. And then I'm also going to fussy cut out a couple more toilet papers and sprinkle those around the page. I'm not sure if that is on camera as well. Like I said, when I realized that I didn't cover up that gap, I knew that there was things I had to finish on this page. I am going to grab a couple enamel dots and sprinkle them about, because this page is basically just paper plus the enamel dots. So like I said, a very flat page, but super colorful, and definitely doesn't give off the kind of dreary vibe that quarantine has kind of turned into for a lot of people. So while I am wrapping this layout up with the dots, you guys, be sure to check out everyone down below in the YouTube hop. It'll be interesting to see everyone's take on quarantine scrapbooking, and I want to thank Christine for organizing the hop, and I will see you guys again real soon for another video.